80 MMR, record of 3-3, depending on what the results of the Backlash match was. But yeah, coming in here and looking to make some more plays on as Vertigo plays on for their second match in a row. And they'll be blazing here for Kai and Twang Pants on Vertigo's side. So Vertigo, kind of curious to see what they do. They're one of those teams. Sometimes they do get really hot and then can look real good. For Smash Dash, it's one of those things where, and I mentioned in the past streams, they're quite often on just that cusp of really beating up those top teams. They've had some good games against the likes of Backlash, last season, Backlash and Blast. There were some really memorable matches in that preseason. And then against Phantoms as well, Team Gravity, they faced off against Team Gravity in week 1, and it was it went to 3 rounds in the very last minute just as well. So Smash Dash, more than capable team, and it's always fun to see them play and just kind of seeing what they do. So over here on the intercept, it's a Street Boo looking for that angle. Pretty tight one on that, so taken back by Infiltrate, getting the take. And now looking for the clear and maybe the boost, but a good cutoff there. It's a Sanch doling out some stuns. And now possession goes to Vertigo, however. And deep down on the bounce as some players come on through with some speed. Taking it away is Twang Pants looking for that tough angle on that backboard shot. We've seen it done before, but kind of tough and awkward from that angle. Not the most usual one. But again, it's never really surprising anymore to see these players in the game really going for those creative and clever bounces, those backboard shots, the sidewall shots over here. You see a lot of creativity going on these days, so always fun to see what players kind of develop. But yeah, just another series of clears, gets to the other side, some stacks coming through, collects with plenty of time to spare for Smash Dash. And 2 minutes in, we're still scoreless. There goes the clear and attempted boost, but it's another one of those cases where the throw was a bit late, so it gave time for the stacks to kind of converge and brawl each other. There is a Kai looking for another one of those bottom shots. Couldn't find the mark. On the other end, we have Sendo just backing it out here for the potential back pass. Didn't get it, so instead it will be an intercept, but another kind of rush one, maybe into the hands of Smash indeed. Slin and Sendo there, able to recover towards the end and gets the clear. But again, see, even on those clears, you notice how they go off those side walls. That does actually give you a chance at making the shots from full court. Right there, Sanch getting stunned by Sendo target. Sendo trying to be on target for a clear and just barely graces that corner and gets to the other side. So now Dage taking a shot, and that is a thing of beauty for Dage. 3 points for Smash Dash here after 3 minutes of no scoring. We kind of saw something similar in our previous game there between Quackheads and Fusion, where it was a lot of brawling and a lot of back and forth play, but the scoring, especially in round 1 specifically, was very, very slow to start. Just a lot of brawling and mid lane play, and it's kind of seems to be the case right now for Vertigo and Smash Dash. Right now, Vertigo trying to send the rebuttal over, but again, 2 players for Smash Dash just playing the defensive area, zoning him out. Some more stuns going all about as that disc gets loose into the opposite pocket. Trying to maneuver around is Sendo and Sanch. Sanch coming away with it for Vertigo, but more stuns yet again. Slin, always a heavy-handed brawler. He'll usually pile on the stuns as well as the points. Excuse me, had to take a cough there. But anyway, Sendo having that stolen out by Twang Pants. And now Slin getting the disc. That will be 1 in goal, so he's going to hold it close to his chest. And in the vest, Slin gets it for the 5th point on Smash Dash. About another minute off the clock since that last joust started.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So thus far, it is 3 points for Dage, 2 for Slin. Smash Dash looking to maybe further their momentum here in the second half of round 1. A lot of time for Vertigo to come back, though, as Twang tries to scan for a pass. It does actually reach the hands of Sanch, but not for too long as the 2 defenders had rolled out and stunned him. A very quick boost should retain this as well for Vertigo, though, so no harm, no foul as they try and get back on the offensive end with a quick clear and boost to evade the defense, and that time getting rid of it with plenty of time to spare. It's kind of fun watching the teams also do those corner to corner clear and boosts. It can be tough to execute consistently sometimes. Like at some point, you're bound to miss a grab, especially with all the Geo in the way. But when it is executed, it is a thing of beauty to watch for sure. And nice grab there by Kai, looking for a soft pass to Twang Pants, and that was some great team play to finally get themselves on the scoreboard after, what is it, 6 minutes of play, 7 minutes? So, yeah. Twang Pants getting that assist nicely from Kai. Just a soft dish and uncontested, just enough to squeeze it through. So Street Boo coming through, getting stunned, but does at least get the pass off to Dage over in the mid lane. Dage gets it to the other side now to Sendo. Sendo ducking through, backing it out. That was a good look on the pass, but a bit too strong, so not a lot of time now for Street Boo to get rid of it, but he does. So again, a heavy-handed defense all piling up in those mid lanes, not really giving Smash Dash time to do much. Like right there even, Dage forced to get rid of it pretty immediately. And finally, Street Boo with a little bit of time, and Smash Dash trying to find some time to score again here off of some good passes. Right off the backboard again, and that was a strong shot from Dage. Put a little extra strength into that shot to make sure it bulleted itself in. If that is a phrase, bulleted. So Infiltrate will take this one. The backline stack not really pressuring. Staying at mid, you can see that cross line of passes at play there as the stack was trying to bother, but eventually getting split up. One in the goal here, Street Boo. And now just looking for a clear straight through. Sendo is there as well as Twang Pants. Twang getting stunned out. 3 different brawlers there all in the pile up forming. Street Boo taking this in, looking for maybe a cross, does get it off to Slin. Slin ducking on through, and wow, what a tight shot that was. He was fading away, and it was from a pretty tough angle as he was kind of fading behind the goal there almost. But nice shot from Slin. Look at that one. So kind of missed the brawl because of the nest getting in the way, but yes, look at that angle, very tightly played. So excellent shot from Slin, as Nada stops by in the chat. Welcome to it, good to see Nada, of course, our league moderator, one of our league moderators for the European region. Right now, it's Vertigo trying to find themselves on the scoreboard in maybe much more major fashion as opposed to moderate, because right now is Smash Dash starting to pull away. 2 minutes left and a 7-point lead, looking good for a round 1 victory here. That stun, not quite able to go off in time, so just backing it out to the wall. Slin and Street Boo are all there, as well as Dage now splitting out for the good passing. But again, good defensive pressure. But with 1:50 left, it's going to be very tough to come back here for Vertigo this late. They do try for a clear and boost, but a missed grab will kind of put a stamp on that one. As they now go for the approach. But Dage takes it away as Kai just pressures and delivers to Sendo. So missed catch there for Smash Dash. Infiltrate just playing into the goal. Sendo target going to be shooting that on target for a nice 3. Goalie couldn't really do much. Infiltrate was stunned out, so good coordination on the team play and for Smash Dash. And now with a 12-2 advantage as we wind down this first round.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So off this launch, we'll go to the tunnel. Just missing his teammate, though, but on the second attempt, finds it back. So Kai takes that, just making sure to scan behind him constantly, trying to be aware, but then good dive by Sendo. Still the pass getting through and into the goal. 4 points for Vertigo here. Won't come back, but they will at least find a few more points to give them something to build upon going into round 2. But that was a nice move, though, from Sendo there. You see how on that approach, the QB kind of checking behind him, and Sendo really timing it very well to dive on. So the moment that he turned his head, he was suddenly really pressured. Now, speaking of pressure, Slin feeling it there from the brawls.
15 seconds remaining.
And just the same in the tunnel. A lot of piles forming up here in the midline again as more stuns go out. That shot was almost in for Twang and couldn't quite get it, so that will wind down this round 12-4 going towards Smash Dash's side.
Over and done. Blue walks away with the W.
So we'll head over to the replay screen, the highlight screen, take a look at some of the stats at play. And so far, leading the way for Smash Dash, it's Dage with the 5 points, but not too far behind Slin and Sendo with 4 and 3 respectively. Sendo also putting forth an assist and a pair of saves, along with his 16 stuns. Slin leading his team with a 20 stuns. Not too much of a surprise, but over on the other side, you have Twang Pants with 4 points, and then combining with Sanj for 50 stuns between the two of them, 25 apiece. Kai contributing 2 assists as well as a save, and 13 stuns, and then a save and 5 stuns for Infiltrate. Now, Infiltrate here is substituting, and has been a pretty popular sub over in the European scene this past week or two. Probably seen him sub maybe 6 different times, I feel like. Not more. And again, pardon the silence, because taking frequent drinks of water here. Just been going on 3 weeks now, I'm pretty sure, with actually no days off from the casting end of things, as we do get started here in round 2. So, you know, voice is liable to get hoarse at some point. I think I'm kind of reaching that point. But over here, Infiltrate has a goal saved instead by Street Boo. That was a good-looking one. And now Street Boo with a clear. Maybe looking for Sendo target for a pass or for a play on the boost, but good stuns coming out from that Vertigo stack line, and as a result, they do at least deny the immediate goal, as yet more stuns go out. Now recognizing the passing play to Sendo, Sendo has a window, and it is wide open enough for the 3-point shots. I mean, there was a defender trying to retreat on defense, but that was a good look from Sendo target to just catch him off guard before they could. But yeah, at some point I'm going to start sounding like a Morgan Freeman or something with how hoarse my voice is going to be getting. As these defenders roll out here for Vertigo. Smash Dash, rather. Gonna be taken by Street Boo. Gets it on through to the tunnel. And intercepted by Kai. Kai will back it out towards mid. Taken here by Infiltrate. Infiltrate for Vertigo, looking for their first few points on this match. In this second round, that is. Could only get the 4 points over in the first round. So looking to maybe build on something here towards the second. Especially if they want to force that round 3 right here. Taken away by Twang Pants. Gets rid of it just in time. Goalies all had dove out on him. And just slapped it on through a plethora of defenders.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But yeah, Xandria in the chat saying not bad. I'm presuming on the Freeman voice, maybe? I don't know. That's how you can measure my hoarseness, is the more and more I sound like Morgan Freeman, the more and more I probably need to take a break from casting for my own health. Right here, though, going for a shot, but cut off nicely by Slin. So Smash Dash playing some good defense there. Can they get there first on the stacks, though, is the question. Looks like that's not the case as Sanj takes it away. Looking for that mid lane clear through the tunnel, actually. Street Boo contested. Trying for a bounce pass, but that's also going to be contested. So again, just giving no quarters basically to these passing plays. Every time a pass goes out, there is someone in the nearby vicinity to just cause all kinds of havoc and mayhem and not give a lot of time for those big passing plays to unfold. Now that goal cannot be made, would have given Vertigo the lead, but they will get it back at the very least. So Twang Pants receives it right back, goes for the shot, and there on the second attempt, gets it. So 4-3, and Vertigo will now take the lead off of that. Just needed a couple extra opportunities, no problem. And that's what a good positioning will buy you, definitely, when you're on offense. If you do have players spaced out pretty much in every lane, you know, you have someone on right, over on Bowtie, or on the other side too. It's just, if you have players placed in every lane, it gives you a much better chance of getting a rebound should a shot miss, because usually defense is getting caught off guard. But right here, Kai catching them off guard with an intercept, but then right back to smash dash again as the disc gets knocked loose. Taking it here is Infiltrate up top, trying to dish it off to the other side, going for a sidewall clear, maybe a pass even. I mean, it's going to get pretty close. I mentioned that in the last game we saw on the stream. If you do aim for those side panels over here, those side walls from the deep back court, it actually does give you a chance at making those goals, or if nothing else, you know, crossing on over to the other side. So it's a good way to not only make shots, but also just evade defenses by throwing those cross passes or those cross shots off the walls. Now Twang Pants receives it here, dishes it out a little too strong on the pass. So instead maybe a turnover as it gets tapped out to the back line. And you can kind of see what I mean too. See, if there were players positioned on this side, that would have been a rebound to them off of that misplay. So one of those things that you see teams definitely develop over time, just that positioning. We saw Backlash obviously playing, not Backlash, sorry, Phantoms now, playing those 2 games today. One of them were streamed, and between Backlash and Team Gravity, they're both teams that really excel at spacing the floor for the passes, for the interceptions, the rebounds. Positioning, just a huge part of the Echo Arena meta and the game that's not necessarily the most obvious at first. So close game, about halfway through round 2 at the moment, 5 minutes remaining. Vertigo in the lead, but just narrowly, and they do need this win as that shot has a chance to go in and gets the rebound instead by Twang. So had a shot at the 3, but once it was clear it's not going in, Twang Pants playing cleanup duties. So 6-3, and we could be looking at a round 3 if Vertigo continues this roll of scoring. The Smash Dash got that first one, but now it's Vertigo just back-to-back with some goals. And trying to get back on the defense here, playing hard in the mid lane. So Twang will get this with a lot of time to spare, not too much in the way of defense yet, but now someone, Slin, approaching him, so they dish off to Kai on the other side. Kai will get the soft pass there, but a boosted Slin coming on in to really bother. Once again, just going hard on the brawls. That's what he does. And he's pretty much making his presence felt all over the floor. There he is again with the disc, and there with the clear. So all the meanwhile, they have that back stack getting broken up a little bit, but still have an open shot, and will be got. 6-6, 3:45 remaining off a very nice stack and shot from a Sendo target. Yeah, at the moment it is Sendo leading the way for his team, 9 points. Twang Pants with 10 over on Vertigos. And, oh, cannot get the disc at first, so that could have been dangerous, knowing some of those really fast stacks that we see from defenses these days. That could have been easily a turnover, but luckily it did not pay for it, at least at first. I'm just looking, too, at possession time. Got to remind myself to bring these things up. I mean, Vertigo more in firm control at the moment, leading by about a minute or so of possession time. Just more brawls going out, more slow play unfolding, but not too much quarters being given again just on the defensive end because of that pressure. Another turnover here, and it's just back to the ping pong of games across the floor and into maybe the goal. Wow, that was very close as 3 players get back here for Smash Dash, looking to capitalize on the goal, but could not because it's off the post. So dings out and then back out into the midfield. They'll still retain it, however, and maybe have another chance at this. Just kind of seeing what the stat line is looking like here as Slin goes in for the shot, but another ding. Couldn't convert for Smash Dash. So as good as these defenses have been in that mid lane, right now that shot will go in for Infiltrate. Taking it up by 3 now as we start winding down round 2. But I was going to say, for as much brawling and as many turnovers as we're seeing unfold in that mid lane, it's not really converting into a ton of goals. It's really just back and forth in possession time. So off this launch, there's about a minute 45 remaining in this second round. Vertigo in position to maybe take this one and force that third round, which is always good to see. You like to see those close games that end up playing to the third. So Street Boo trying to find Dage on the other end, couldn't quite do it. Goal open here and recovered for Vertigo. Just needed to try and get a clear, and they will. And more mid lane defense bothering here. Maybe another open goal, but no, because getting stunned out is Sanch there. It was a good recovery. Could have been in a situation where they went right back at him and built upon that lead, but instead it will just be another series of possession changes as Twang Pants takes that away. And for Vertigo, with less than a minute left, you almost want to see them play it slow here. That's a kind of risky situation there in that pass. They do actually get it, but no, an exclamation on the defense from Street Boo. Now those are the ones, especially if this ends up turning into a 3 on the other side, that you would want to take back for Vertigo. Knowing that you have the lead with less than a minute left, up by 3, play it slow. That pass was super dangerous on their part. Luckily, they do retain possession here, 35 seconds left. And again, if they can manage to recover here at some point, you just want to see them waste that clock away. Don't risk giving up those 3s, especially right now. I mean, goal kind of uncovered, and Smash Dash looking to be on offense, so got to be well aware of the time, the clock, and play that to your benefit when possible. Otherwise, you see those situations where you get some upsetting conclusions just because of teams playing too aggressively when they don't necessarily need to be. Right there, they needed that shot, couldn't get it. We'll still have another shot at this one. Street Boo going for the 2, but yeah, with the time winding down, it will be a victory in round 2 for Vertigo. So round 3 will be forced here at 1 apiece between these two teams. So before I pull up the rest of the stats, I will take a look at the team stats for you. Possession time still in favor just a bit for Vertigo. Shots taken a little bit in favor of Vertigo. I mean, overall, it's fairly even in those regards. The assist numbers even. A few more saves going the way of Smash Dash, and a few more steals going in the way of Vertigo. But yeah, the one department they're leading by somewhat heavily just because of the numbers. I mean, 140 stuns to 118, so that's a little bit of a difference there. Going to the main stat line here, it will be still Sendo Target leading it for his team at 9 points. I think he was stuck on that number for a little while, and Smash Dash in general were struggling to score there for a lot of that period compared to the first round where they did score 12. Now Street Boo has 2, Dage with 5, Slin with 4, 40 stuns for him as well, so he's starting to pull away some more in that department, just continuing what he does on that end. Over on Vertigo's side, Twang Pants with 10 points, 3 for Infiltrate, 3 saves for Kai. 3 assists for Kai and 3 saves for Infiltrate. And 43 stuns, so still even out. Twang Pants and Sanch evening up on the stun department still yet. Now with that said, it is the third round, ready to get set and go as they roll out. A soft one into the tunnel. Expecting their teammate to be there. Slin taking it away, going for that tough angle. Will just hit that corner barrier. Twang Pants taking that away now. Trying to deal with all these defenders encroaching upon him as Infiltrate takes that away. Looks for a clear as well. Again, not even time really to buy too much in the way of passes as Smash Dash and Sendo Target does recover. Infiltrate is a sub, Captain Canada. That is correct. Infiltrate kind of a MVP sub in a sense. He's subbed for a lot of teams these past couple weeks. So Dage making the passing play, but actually just bouncing off the wall instead. Will roll into the hands of Twang Pants eventually, as more brawls go out and just bother that mid lane. Now that will be a deep shot, almost actually dinging, making it, and Twang Pants recovering it, has himself an opportunity, goes backboard, and that was exactly what he needed to do to score that one through. Because both the goalies at that point, all up in his face, diving out. So nice shot placement. Just to touch it off the back. Actually looked like one of the defenders there in goal for Smash Dash wasn't intending to dive. He might have been going for a grab, but he auto-grabbed his teammate, it looked like, so they both kind of got dragged out of there. So another recovery sent down for a deep clear, possibly into a shot. Almost into a shot, in fact. Sanch getting stunned out by Slin at a very opportune time. And now trying to line up for their boost. All 4 players there getting some grabs. It is a 4-on-0 until that stack does retain. Nice soft pass should make a nice goal. Easy does it for Smash Dash. Really stampeding on that stack to get themselves the heavy numbers advantage in the front line.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So all tied up 2 minutes into this third round. Winner takes all.
It's game
Always love to see these third rounds. So rolling out and not really a lot of contesting going on. It seems like Smash Dash just happy to let them bring it all the way to mid and into their side of the floor. Now that said, it will be a turnover. Not the most forced one, but a turnover no less. So Street Boo retains that one and sends it down, but also can't get the clear. Now Twink Pants comes away with that one, tries to send a soft one. Dage slapping it out. Volleyball spike. And now some stacks coming out. Trying not to overshoot, and Street Boo gets it there for Smash Dash. So yet more man-on-man, kind of, I don't know, maybe more so a zone defense being played there. Sendo goes in for a goal. 4 points for Smash Dash. Yeah, it's one of those semi-man-on-man. It kind of, it depends, but zoning out the offensive players right outside the bubble. But for Smash Dash, they were actually able to kind of break away a little bit and find that open lane to get the fairly good high percentage look at the goal. So now dragging out again here, Smash Dash playing a little bit up front compared to that last joust where they were all stuck behind. Right now looking behind for a back pass to infiltrate, gets it done. As the stacks bother there, it's Slin and Dage linked up together. And now looking for that cross pass. It's a good delivery, good opportunity, even better second look. So pass into the goal, hockey assist on the other end, but yeah, ultimately scoring off of that one, tying it up. That was a beautiful play.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so launch out. 6 minutes remaining here, tied up. Street Boo with a disc for Smash Dash. And this time they're going to play it a bit slow and wait for Sanch and the rest of the defense to join them on this side of the floor. And the thing is, if you can't do those things where you do drag out the defense deep into the midfield or even further, provided your passing game is on point and you can send one out deep, I mean, you can buy yourselves those good goal situations just like that. Sendo again. But see what I mean is they dragged out the defense in the mid lane, and because of the brawls stopping any stacks, by the time they had the good passing plays up front here, they were able to capitalize on a much more empty goal than usual. Gives you more time to work with, more breathing room to make your offense work. So that's the benefits of slow play. If you can execute your passes, just buying yourselves much less claustrophobic goals. Because it's definitely easy to get into a panic when you have, 7 or 8 players all inside the 2-point zone. Really leaves you no time to work with on offense. And basically, it demands that execution be perfect. Right there, a good grab from Dage. Less of a perfect clear, however, will stay on this side. Taken by Twang Pants now. More pileups forming. But here's another one of those cases. Defense a bit off balance, perhaps, but a great save from Street Boo. Paving the way, paving that street. Down it goes to the other side off that clear. But finding it first will be Vertigo. But you see, even in that case, though the shot did not go in, it was still a good opportunity. It was basically a 2-on-2, if I'm recalling correctly. And they had much more time to work with inside that bubble once the defense was split up here at mid. But right now the defense all recovering, so all 4 players for Smash Dash inside the bubble. And here you'll kind of see, actually a shot go in, so breaking free. One man, despite the fact that it was a heavy defense inside the bubble, there was actually one guy just uncovered on the post there, infiltrate. So kind of a commentators cursing that one again. Because those usually are the ones that are tougher to make when you make passes into the bubble that's full of defense. But yeah, left open and capitalize on it. So with 3:47 left, it's still 6-6. It's tied up. And at this point, maybe start rallying for an overtime just from the caster's end of things. You always like to see that nice juke from Dage putting on the brakes on Twang Pants. So now we'll get it back. This is some really beautiful passing at the moment, as always commentators curse it. But good team play and the positioning there from Street Boo was able to recover at the very least. Mentioned earlier, staying in those lanes at least gives you the chance to get the recoveries. And it's when you clump up like this that it makes it tough, because when you're all clumped up, suddenly there's no available passes anymore, and there's no available intercepts. That one's going to go through close to the goal, rebounded. Oh, but couldn't find the goal, so maybe confounded on that one as Kai goes down from the bottom through the backboard, but outside the goal again. Still tied up. Neither team really willing to concede a single inch, if possible. 2:47 remaining now. And both these teams struggling to find those goals, trying to collect their passes and make them work. But you know, at the moment, it's just a story of the brawls, and it's been the case for much of today, to be quite honest. We've had 3 European games casted, four in total, but one was uncasted. There was Vertigo and Phantoms. But really the story across all these games is just a lot of brawling and a lot of just possession changes. You know, there's not a ton of slow passing plays going on because they're bothering so much on the defensive end with those brawls that there's not time. So that said, we're going to get a one-on-one. Dage getting it taken away by Infiltrate. So tried to make that play, and that was just stopped. Very well done by Infiltrate. And now an open goal. That one does go in for Street Boo. So finally, took a lot of time, 2 minutes on that one to finally get a goal. And now leading by 3 is Smash Dash, looking to complete this series and come up with their 5th win on the season.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Infiltrate now taking it away here, looking for that really deep one. I mean, that's one of those really risky plays, or unless it's executed perfectly, there's, you know, it's just difficult. I think that's my only comment here as Slin comes in. That's my only comment on some of these games I'm watching too, is just that like the spacing just seems a bit off. Like you see everyone on one side of the floor. I think part of it also just because of the meta over here, obviously prioritizing stacks. But really, based on the rhythm of these games today, I think less boosting and more passing would probably benefit any team who does do it, because everyone is constantly getting stuck on one side of the floor. So therefore, there's really no flow to the offense. Someone gets the disc, but they don't have available passes. So yeah, the ping pong will continue off of that, and now a good boost, but again, Street Boo, that's a second we've seen from just that bottom corner of the goalpost. Beautiful save on what looked like should have been an open goal. So Street Boo coming out with it. They are in a position where they just want to run the clock down. 23 seconds, 22, and counting. Vertigo trying to make something work here, but they're going to need a 3 to force an OT. Otherwise, this will be a series. There's the clear. There's a boost. Oh, that could have potentially gone in. So Street Boo getting that out, clearing it out, and with less than 10 seconds remaining, it looks like that will, in fact, be the end of the game. Slin just tossing it softly to Dage. Dage losing his hands, but he understands that they've got the win. So there's the victory. 9-6 for Smash Dash in 3 rounds. Very close and very brutal game, if nothing else. So get a look at those stats just in case, because you know people tend to leave early sometimes or reset. Get those team stats for you, and then we'll go to the score screen. But you can see, yeah, pretty even for most of these numbers. The stuns really playing out heavily in favor of Vertigo, but for Smash Dash, just able to wind up with control more often than not. Like just enough to capitalize on their opportunity, despite the fact that Vertigo did have more possession time. Smash Dash just made the most of the possessions to get themselves the win. And yeah, there you go. Ascendo leading the way, 15 points for him, 47 stuns, strong effort, and then Dage with 5 points and 40 stuns. Over for Vertigo, Twink Pants, 12 points, and assist to steal, 62 stuns. Just yeah, bunches of punches going out. Infiltrate, 7 points, and assist, 4 saves, 36 stuns. Kai with the 3 assists and 3 saves, 3 steals. So goalie week kind of continues in Europe, it seems like. Yeah, Captain Canada saying, Street Boo and Infiltrate showed up in goal. Definitely. Infiltrate's been stepping into that role again, a league sub for many teams these past 2 weeks, and he's had quite a few saves and Just seems to be sliding into these rosters quite nicely, you know, to provide them a reliable substitute situation, getting in a lot of games. And Captain saying that goalies are really strong in EU, and yep, always been the case as well. Definitely has always been a strength for them compared to North America. Obviously, there's a lot of great goalies in North America now, but just talking about those differences, there were a lot of talented ones from the very, very beginning here on Europe's side of the floor. And for those who don't know as well, from the European side, Captain Canada is one of the great goalies in the North American scenes. In North America, obviously, I'm assuming from Canada, otherwise your name is kind of weird, but he's a very talented goalie, and you know, he's joining a team. He's on SSVC Legends now, and they've been having quite a nice season so far. Looking good on the teamwork, but yeah, so just pointing that out because when Captain Canada says that, it's kind of a goalie-to-goalie compliment there on his part. Okay, so before we do head out here, that was our last European match for the day. I'll bring up the schedule, and we'll take a look at what's going on. I know SSVC Legends will be playing. Speaking of them, Captain Canada, that's going to be against Team Joker at 7:30 Central Time. Hopefully, can get it casted. Again, just because there's not a name listed there yet, doesn't necessarily mean it's not getting casted. A lot of the time, we'll kind of figure out who's doing what at the last minute, and you know, within a couple hours or whatever. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Because I'd like to get it both the games casted. Legends and Joker should be entertaining. But just as well, I mean, Infinite and Instinct. Instinct's been one of the most impressive teams, kind of separating themselves from that pack in terms of coming out of the Silver Division and really establishing themselves as, yeah, they're a solid, potentially gold team, not Masters at some point. I mean, they've been strong. So looking forward to see how they come through against Infinite. And beyond that, we also have There Is No Team versus Wireless Jacks. And let me take a quick sip of water here because I'm getting really dry in the throat. Okay, apologies, but I wanted to get to this because, yeah, There Is No Team versus Wireless Jacks will be an interesting one because on There Is No Team, we have Guygasm and Fair Enough playing tonight. Alongside Ready at Dawn, we've got David N. and White Dragon, both going to be playing on the team tonight, making their competitive debuts after 2.5 years of the game's release, finally able to get a comp game in. So that's going to be fun. Captain Canada saying there's so many goats on There Is No Team. Yeah, exactly. A lot of familiar veteran faces of the community and of the development team. So it'll be fun to watch. After that, we have Space Force and Skull Crusaders going head-to-head. We have the debut of Team Deception facing against Chaos, and then closing out the night will be Ignite against Guinness. And that will do it for the Thursday unless some more last-minute games get scheduled. But barring that, that's our list for the night. We'll cast as many of those as possible, I'm sure. So keep an eye out. But until then, this has been VR Master League. I've been Palidore. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again later on in the day.